The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.
2014, the year we're throwing back to. Head to our Instagram, Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill to vote. I heard Mitch spruiking the good word of Susie's song, Adina Menzel, Let It Go, which is also a one-hit wonder.
For Demise Menzel.
Isn't it?
Frozen.
Yes, it is, Lockie.
Has she sung something else?
Well, Demise Menzel.
Yeah.
Adina Menzel.
Yeah.
Adina Menzel was
If you
the
tell me she's a
original,
theatre,
Hey, I'll let him
a
talk.
musical.
What'd you say?
Adina Menzel is the original Elphaba in Wicked. She's like the OG. She's honestly musical theatre legend.
You're right.
Is she?
He went Broadway.
Yeah, I knew exactly where he was going with that.
I love Wicked. So she sings. Okay,
He was
right.
this close to mentioning how many Tonys she's won.
We are looking, though, right now. 13, 24, 10. One-hit
This woman
wonders.
is a legend on the boards.
On the boards.
on the boards.
That's cute.
So one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Oh, the first one's one of Lutzi's favourite songs.
Which one?
Vanessa from Parkinson. Oh, God. What's the one?
Only Halloween.
Song you like? Hello, Vanessa.
Oh, hi. Yes, it's Come On Irene. Next to Miss
Irene! Come on, Irene!
Vanessa's Korean, in fairness. What? Say what? Come on, Irene.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Irene.
Hey, Sam out of Thornlands. What do you got?
Only Reiki.
Hey guys, what's going on? Definitely Blair's song too. Like they had a couple other songs, but nowhere near as big.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they did have other songs, didn't they?
Yeah, but like
This is all
name
we-
one. Name one.
I can't.
Yeah, I saw a thing the other day. They beat
Yeah, well,
Oasis.
exactly.
They beat Oasis in a competition.
Well, being like
The song of the
irrelevant.
year in that.
I got a song here in the system. I've never heard it. Girls and Boys.
Yeah.
This is I heard this one.
There he goes.
So are we
Used to dance this at City Rollers. I remember this actually.
is
This
this
is
a
my closing move.
Blur one-hit
Yeah.
wonder? Are you taking that? I mean,
No, I'm not taking it.
oh, okay.
I am, Buzz.
Well, the music man has spoken.
Yeah, he's the music man.
What do you got, Adrian? One hit wonder.
G'day, gang.
Like a genuine.
Stacey's mum by Fountains of Wayne.
There's one. Fountains of Wayne. Yeah. That's a genuine.
Yeah.
Is this the only song they had?
Well, again, no one can name another one. No one?
No, can't find it. You just said genuine.
Pony. Oh, yeah. What's another genuine song?
Exactly.
Oh, is this a one hit too?
Think so.
Okay.
Yeah, you might be right.
This last song's a bit of fun from Donna at Caboolture. What's your song?
Who Let the Dogs Out by the Barman.
Oh, I love this song, yeah.
Or they called the Baha Man.
I remember this song on a So Fresh CD back in the day.
CD.
Yeah,
I might have owned that.
yeah. Let me put it. Good on you, Donna.
Thanks,
Goodies.
guys.
That was fun.
That's good.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.
Now, it's finals footy, of course, in the NRL, and the Queensland Rugby League has got its grand final day presented by Ford coming up in a couple of weeks' time. This is a magnificent competition. This is probably worldwide. I reckon our competition we've got here in the QRL is top three.
Yeah, definitely top three.
Top
Wow.
three. I think it's
Definitely.
easily the second strongest competition in the country, week in, week out. And Benny Eichen, who we all know, the CEO of the QRL, joins us this morning. How are you, mate?
Morning, gang. Excited. It's finals time in rugby league here
Yeah.
in Queensland, and I think for every sport, winter sport, so good time of year.
Hey, just before we get started, yesterday, I think it's your old school. You're a PBC boy, aren't you?
I am a red man, yes.
Palm Beach Currumbin won the national
What a
title
win.
yesterday. It was a magnificent game of footy, and right on the buzzer, like right on the dying stages,
Yeah.
Palm Beach Currumbin is trailing by 2 points. I'm going to play
Yeah.
the winning try here that the winger
got it.
scored. They put a big bomb up. We've got it.
Is this Pistol Pete Pasoltis?
With Sam Thaiday in commentary and Suze, I reckon that Peter Pasoltis I reckon he gets so excited here
Yes.
He what?
that he actually blows his microphone out.
Okay.
Okay, now he says it when he says the winger. He goes.
He's supposed to be unbiased.
He goes. He's got the ball. The only time you can hear Peter Pasoltis describing the try is, I reckon, coming through Sammy's microphone, which is next to. So
He breaks the microphone.
I reckon he does. Have a listen to this.
It's want to be good.
Go to the air. Here come the chasers. Oh, he's caught it. Wow.
That's the other boy.
Well. The yellow shirt for Palm Beach Karate.
Wow.
He broke it.
I reckon he blew it out.
Jeez.
No, but you think
wow.
about that. That's like how good his sport. Like Peter Pasoltis
So good.
is a seasoned professional. He's scored. He's called hundreds and hundreds of games of football, NRL, your rep footy, but he's never blown out the microphone before. It took a schoolboys final for him to wreck the microphone.
Wow.
Yeah, I
That's so
thought that was great.
cool. And also, I should mention too, Benny, even though we just got you online and now we're just talking over you.
Yeah, sorry.
Ipswich State High School, the Open Girls Rugby League team,
Yeah.
won 28-6 against the Hills Sports High School to secure the NRL National School Girls Cup as well.
Unbelievable.
So it was a clean sweep
Unbelievable.
yesterday.
That's well
How
done.
good's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Queenslanders are taking over. We need Billy Slater to get his act together, don't we?
Yeah.
Everyone else is winning.
Oh, wow.
Come on. Yeah,
Jeez,
exactly.
it's a bit harsh.
Come on, Billy.
I was going to ask you, are you happy you've changed jobs, actually? This is your first year as
Yeah.
CEO of Queensland Rugby League and not at the Broncos?
It's been a tough year for the Bronx Susie, hasn't it? But,
Yeah.
they got a bit of rebuilding to do. I think they're going through the review process at the moment. But I worked closely with Kev for the 2 years I was there. Not a lot went right for them this year. Had a lot of injuries, and I think there'll be a lot of growing to do out of this year. I think they'll be better for the run because they had a really dream run in 23, but there's a lot of good young talent there. And I say to Broncos fans, stay the course. They'll come good.
All right, and what about, let's talk about the Host Plus as well, mate, because the prelim finals are on this weekend. Now, Saturday...
We're Devils, as you know, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Saturday we've got Northern Pride
Don't
up
say it like
against
that.
Redcliffe Dolphins, and the winner of that will play the winner of the second prelim, which is our guys, North Devils, up against the PNG Hunters.
Yeah.
But
That's at Bishop Park this Sunday.
it's at
by the way.
Bash Up. It's at 2 p.m. on Sunday.
Sunday.
We'll have tickets to give away in just a second to all of this as well. But what about the state of the Host Plus Cup, Ben? To me, it just gets bigger and better every year.
Yeah, well, I like to describe it as the best bush footy comp in the world. We've got 15 clubs that run from PNG all the way down to Tweed Heads, each running 6 teams, 3 men's, 3 women's. Great development competition. This weekend I've got a couple of horses in the race. I tipped the Pride at the start of the year, really like Eric Smith, their coach, and the fact that they'd linked back up with
they're so good.
Cowboys. And since I've been in this role, to Susie's question before, one of the favourite things for me in this job is that I've been to PNG 5 times. I hadn't been there before since I started as CEO of the QRL. And the joy in the people in Port Moresby for the game of rugby league, it is something else. It's their national sport. Obviously, you've clearly heard about it. So
Benny,
I've got a soft spot for the Hunters. I won't lie, and I hope they're going to take down your Devils.
Well, I hope you're wrong, but Benny, you're right. When we did Kokoda, whenever that was, probably 7 years ago or something now.
2015, I think it was.
We'd be in the middle, not even in Moresby. We'd be halfway down the Kokoda track, and we'd every arvo we'd play touch footy with these kids from local villages, and it was like watching a bunch of Benji Marshalls.
Yeah.
They were throwing passes behind their back. It was like doing little goose steps.
And
it was incredible.
They play with like an orange juice container.
Yeah, whatever they can.
Whatever they can.
Not a football.
No. We bring footies in sometimes.
Yeah,
and
we actually took footies or like rugby league jerseys or shorts, and it was like the greatest thing they'd ever received.
There's so much untapped talent out there.
No, I agree. And look, we work with PNG RFL to sort of build out the structures in the pathway up there as they sort of push for this NRL bid team into the future. But my favourite thing when I go to PNG is to ask them all, because they all follow the game, maroon or blue, right? So they've all got a team.
Yeah.
And most of them know who I am, and they know I'm a maroon. So the ones that are blues, they can barely look at me in the face. They look at 17. They're that embarrassed to say that they're ruining my company. It's so good.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to offend me. Yeah.
That's unreal.
Oh, respect. I love that. I respect
Oh, well,
you.
you're doing great things, mate. And how good is it, by the way, just really quickly, to see the girls win yesterday out of Ipswich.
State
The
High.
women's competition is going to be a juggernaut. It gets the quality of football. It's a genuine pathway now for young girls who are looking to try out a sport that the rugby league has got a stepping stone, a clear pathway for you from a little girl to now be a professional player, and the quality is better and better every year. But
Look, our 17s development competition that got introduced this year, the Harvey Norman Development Com, it was as good as the 19s because the girls in that program, in that competition, have gotten better coaching for longer. So if you think this elite product is good now, and it's really good, as has been evidenced by the NRL and the Women's State of Origin, in another 3 to 5 years, it's going to be 2-3 times as good. It's growing, it's getting better, and it's a joy to watch.
Yeah,
and if Peter,
it's great fun for girls too.
If Peter Pasolis can control himself, we'll all hear about it. Cheers, Benny.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, gang.
The Ashlatzi and Susie Snackbox.
Oh, well, I'm very excited. We've got Molly O'Callaghan in the room. Which one?
In the house.
In the house. 3 gold medals, 2 silver medals, and 1 bronze medal just from Paris.
Just
itself.
from Paris.
How are you, Molly? How are you feeling?
A bit overwhelmed. Like I haven't really had any time to process it. It's kind of been all go now, doing a lot of media and stuff. So I haven't really had any time to myself.
Yeah, when you started swimming, did you think one day you're going to meet people like us?
That was my first thought.
The race I was most excited to watch in Paris was the 200 freestyle. Obviously, it was you and your teammate, training mate, squad mate, Arnie, against each other.
Yeah, it's full on.
Was that like? How did you feel right before you dived in? Were you calm or nervous?
I get really nervous all the way to the lead up to the block, and then once I'm on a block, I'm like all good to go, and then you kind of just go in the state of flow. But I think the 200 free was the most daunting because there was so much pressure on both of us. Like last year I had the world record and the world champion, and then this year Arnie broke my world record. So it was kind of like, it was out of the both of us, and it was just a race between a race. So it was pretty cool. Like it was 1 and 2, which is an achievement in itself.
Did you chat in the marshalling area before you went out? Did you talk to each other?
Yeah, we chat a bit. Like, I'm a bit of a yapper. Like, I like to yap a
How
lot.
annoying, are you?
Yeah.
In the marshalling area?
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to lie, the Americans and all that are very serious. You know, they're doing all their stretches, and I'm sometimes have a little giggle at them, like, because they do some weird stuff.
Like what? Weird what?
Like just weird stretches there on the floor, like doing
with their
weird
legs
stuff,
in the air,
pretzels and stuff. And then
do you reckon it's mind games when they do
yeah,
that?
and they're very serious, and they got the headphones on, and I'm just like, you're not really scaring us. You're just kind of entertaining us.
That's
but
good.
yeah, like
that's cool.
It's good to have someone in the marshalling room to kind of release your nerves and get to have a good laugh before it gets serious.
Susie used to spit in the lane next to her.
No, I didn't do that.
But you thought about it, didn't you?
Didn't someone do that to you once?
Someone did that.
Somebody
That was a
did
thing,
that
right?
once. That would.
Who did that? You told me that. Was that off the record?
That's off the record.
It was 30 years ago. We're pretty sure. But that's try that maybe.
No, don't try that.
Forward.
I want to play some audio for you, if I can, of your brother Matt. I heard this on the ABC radio, and your family. I mean, I'm trying to work out how to describe them. So your mum's from Croatia.
Well, she's born here, but her side of the family is, and they're very bit stubborn, bit outgoing, feisty, and like mum's a bit of a wild one. So I'm not gonna lie, all 3 of us kids kind of get mum's side, and dad's the more calm, collected. Yeah.
And your brother Matt, he's a truck driver.
Yeah.
And this is him talking about the sacrifices your family has made for you.
It's such a big achievement, more for my parents, I reckon, because my mum used to wake up every single morning at 4 o'clock, take Molly to swimming in the morning, then take her to school after. Then mum went to work, came home, took Molly back to the pool. Swimming is a bit of a dear sport. It is. So my father, Nick, the hours he had to do to get her there. So it's not just a win for Molly, it's also a win for them.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so true.
they've sacrificed so much for you to get to where you are, haven't they?
Yeah, swimming's a sport where it's like,
It takes a village.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just your parents, it's the coach, it's the support team. So it takes a whole village to get you there. So it's like you're the vehicle and they're pretty much like, the little mechanics and stuff. So like when I was younger, you don't know if you're going to continue the sport. And it's a lot of like effort, time, dedication for the parents to be driving like 30 minutes. And then when I moved to St. Peter's, it was an hour from Greenbank. And then they made the move to the Ipswich to be a little bit closer. So like they've given up a lot for this. So when I go swim, it's kind of like I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for my family and my support crew.
Very well.
The Ashlatzi and Susie Snackbox.
We've still got Molly O'Callaghan in the room, gold medalist from Paris.
How many gold medals? How many
Oh,
in
can you
the
tell us?
overall tally?
Say it again, Suze.
Like how many you got all up?
Three gold in Paris and I think 2 in Tokyo.
In Tokyo, it said you
So
got...
you're 20 years of age. You've got 5 Olympic gold medals already.
Have you?
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it says Tokyo 2 gold and 3 bronze, and Paris 3 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze. And obviously the highlight would have been the 200 free, I'd imagine. I want to ask you about the presentation, talking about getting your gold medal. Was it a last-minute decision to call Arnie up on the dais? And how did that come about?
I did it last year at Worlds. I think, when you're on the dice, you want to be with someone and, we haven't, in Australia, in 30 years, we hadn't had someone do 1 and 2. So
I think it was me and Patria, actually.
Oh, was it?
Really?
The last
Wow.
time that we did it was Patria
From
Thomas.
memory, you didn't pull her up on the dais.
Well, I was about to say, I never would have done that. I mean, I'm going to be
Really?
honest, I never would have pulled Patria up on the dice with me.
I just it was a bit of a no-brainer. I was like, I get a little bit awkward, so it's nice to have someone there.
You're
But
probably nicer than me.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I think because I was like, Olympics, it's a win for Australia. Like, it's not so much about ourselves. So, at the end of the day, it's a 1 and 2 for Oz, and like it's our national anthem, so both share it.
That's pretty cool. Like that seems like there's a genuine like team.
Yeah.
Which probably helps. Like you get, you're still 20 years of age. You're on the other side of the world.
They haven't had 21st yet. That's incredible.
There's a lot of pressure on you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We probably won't have a 21st with swimming.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Very
no,
good.
it's around the time that we get into like nationals and all that, so I haven't had a birthday in ages.
Oh. Hey, Molly, what's been the number one treat? Like we've just been talking off air as well, and the discipline of swimmers, I think, is just
I
so
don't
impressive.
think there's
It's-
another
it's-
sport that matches it.
They're brutal. It's such a
not.
tough sport, and the dedication has really got to be year round. But yeah, we had Arnie in here the other day. She said she's going to take a year off. How long are you going to have off? And then what's the treat? Your brother spoke about this joint out at Sunnybank. We're all dying to find out
what
where
is
you
that?
wanted to eat there. What's a treat for you?
So, like, I'm maybe having 2-3 months off. It's kind of like, see how I go. And I just want to have that feeling of missing the pool, and I want to have that positive connection with the pool. So it's kind of like, we'll see how we go. And I'm like, I haven't really figured out what I want to do in my spare time. Like at the moment, I'm like, do this, do that, trying to figure out a hobby. I was saying before, I want to learn how to surf, but living in Ipswich, it's a bit of a drive to the surf, and like,
the breaks in Ipswich are substandard.
yeah, exactly. And
If the wind's right, Darrow gets it.
maybe windsurfing.
Yeah.
It's a wicked
Yeah,
ride.
he does. It's a nice ride.
Yeah. And then with like the barbecue, I don't know what's happening with that, but like a big pig on the spit, that's what I want.
That'd be first. That's, yeah.
Like I don't really know. I'll get my brother to figure everything out. He's apparently the man behind it. So.
He's such a strong supporter of you. Hey,
Yeah.
mate, that was so nice listening to him when he goes off his nut when you're in the actual race.
Yeah, it's actually so nice to have like a big support crew behind me, and they're proud of whatever happens. I'm a bit like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I get disappointed in myself. But it's nice to be like, go back and have people like, no, we're really proud of you. Like, yeah. So it was nice to see everything, and like that was my first time hearing that like interview. So it was really nice to hear from him and like what he thinks.
Your parents were over there. What was the first thing they said to you when they saw you?
Mum was crying a lot because I kind of just go like, I just don't really talk to anyone when I'm traveling and when I'm competing, because I just don't want to have the extra pressure, because I just kind of have that own pressure. So that was really our first time like speaking after months of being away, and it was just Mum couldn't really talk and Dad couldn't really talk, and it's like we're getting hurried along like, you gotta go because we have like a set time, and like they were just really proud, and it was like, you know, a moment for me. It was like, oh, like they kind of won the gold, as I said before, and it's like, you know, it's an achievement for all of us.
You dropped, like you said a sentence like in the last break around, you mentioned world records, like it was just like the significance of the fact that like you can be the fastest person in the history of the world.
Yeah.
Just like that is mind blowing to me. Like in some way, you've got to make that normal.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the level of excellence that it's almost unfathomable.
Yeah, so like with the relay world records, like they were really special, and then like the 200 freestyle was really special for me because that was a 14-year-old record, and
was it?
that was my first time winning the 200 free internationally. So that was like a little, you know, milestone for me, and I was really excited to do that. But like when you go back into swimming, you have to kind of think of it like, oh, you know, there's still a lot more to go. Like there's still a lot more. You can't really think you've achieved it all because there's still people coming for you. So like you can't rest no matter what.
You're the hunted.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
You are the hunted.
100%.
Yeah, and it's like you can't rest.
Just doing the maths in my head now. 20 now, five Olympic gold medals at 20. I mean, Brisbane's only 8 years away.
Yeah.
Suze, you were what, 27?
27, yeah.
In Sydney in 2000, so you'd be, I'm guessing, 28 in Brisbane. I mean,
God.
potentially that's just like to have an Olympics here in your own city.
Yeah,
in
the
our
brown
backyard, and at 28, you'd still be in pretty good.
Yeah, that's like
pretty
peak
good
form.
nick. You'd
Emma
imagine.
performed at like 27, winning multiple gold at last Olympics. So
Yeah.
it's definitely doable. And I'm looking at the Brisbane Olympics, and it's nice to do it with a home crowd. Like it's extra special. Like
be
seeing
magic.
the Aussies at Paris, there was a heap of them. I wasn't expecting that many people, but like I could just imagine the whole stadium packed out. Like I'm really excited.
Can you imagine Molly swimming in Brisbane, 200 freestyle
In my
final?
mind, it's a Suncorp Stadium,
It's
35,000
40,
people.
40, 50, who knows? Oh, it'd be so good.
Endless. No,
Oh my
so
God, that'd
good.
be
We
so
will
good.
claim you.
It almost gave me goosebumps thinking about that. Like that
Seriously?
is going to be a moment. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Anyway,
Yeah.
one year at a time, Molly.
No,
That's
let's
my
talk
advice.
about it. I want
No,
tickets.
LA, yes,
Tickets.
And thanks for coming in. Congratulations. You've done so well. Enjoy
Yeah.
your break, and then
Congratulations.
looking
Thank
forward
you
to
for
the
having
future.
me.
Do the bell. One more
There you go,
time.
Molly O'Callaghan.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.
I ran into my children's old babysitter yesterday, actually at a pub.
Oh yeah.
Her name's Emily. She was. Oh yeah. I know. It was
So,
weird.
yeah.
But she's now got two little kids.
That's how you met her.
Yeah.
That's nice.
No, she lived actually down the road. One of those ones. If you've got someone, a neighbour.
That's where Susie was when the babysitter was looking after the kids at a pub.
No, actually, I wasn't. You know where I was because she brought it up. She's got two little kids now herself, two boys. I think they're maybe 5 and 7. But she said we used to get her to babysit our children when Cliff and I wanted to exercise in the mornings, like at 5:30 in the morning. And so Emily, that's her name, would walk down the street. She lived 2 houses away. And it was easy money for her, she said. And she'd always think to herself, why are these people paying me to come and look after the kids so they can exercise together? Can't they just do it on different days? And she said now that she's had kids, she would kill for, not kill, that's a bit drastic.
She didn't mean that when she
Metaphor-
said it.
metaphorically.
Yeah.
She was just saying it, but to
would love-
anyone listening, she wasn't
No.
actually.
She wasn't going to kill her.
She's a gentle lady.
No, non-killer.
She would love actually for someone to come and babysit her kids so she could exercise with her
Oh
husband.
hell yeah.
Yeah. She told the funny story. I'm going to tell it. I wasn't sure whether to tell it or not, but the funniest thing that happened when she babysat our kids, Bill was about 2 years old, and for some reason he found a blue texter, and he pulled his nappy down and drew all over his privates with this blue texter. And we were coming home, and she was really worried about how we were going to react and what to do. So she's like, "I've got to wash it off. How can I wash it off? But I can't touch it because that would be like."
My first day, it wasn't me. I start there and then.
Oh yeah, like she's like
seriously,
all of a sudden, she's meant to be looking after a 2-year-old, and all of a sudden his privates are all blue. So she said she put him in the bath, but a warm bath, obviously naked. But she didn't want to rub him, so she she was like swirling him around in the warm water to
Just
try
grabbed him by
It's like a washing machine.
to try and get it.
but by the feet. No,
No, like around the.
I thought Susan was doing this. I was like,
no.
I got one leg each.
Oh no, just like underneath the armpits, whatever,
yeah, right.
armpits, and dunking him in. But she couldn't get it off, so when we came home, she goes, "Oh, I hate to tell you, but Bill's got blue privates." But luckily, we said, "Don't worry, he does that all the time." That was his thing.
Oh, that was it.
That was his thing.
Well, thank God he had a track record for it. eh?
Exactly. She was like really.
Yeah.
Really
Is it still? I hear it's still his party trick at UQ.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snackbox.